Hello, and welcome to the Majors of the Month series. My name is Emily Long, Career Advisor in the Office of Career and Professional Development at High Point University. This series is dedicated to helping you explore and understand what you can do with the various majors HPU offers. Each month, a different major will be highlighted, and we'll host a panel, including a faculty member, employer, and career and professional development team member to discuss aspects of the major. The major of this month is electrical engineering. Today we'll be speaking with Dr. Claire McCullough, professor and founding chair of electrical and computer engineering at HBU, and Al Ball, City of High Point's electrical engineering manager. One thing you may not know about the electrical engineering major is that there are various industries you can pursue. Some of those include aerospace, automotive, computer and electronics manufacturers, transportation, telecommunications, defense, and electric power and energy. Be sure to utilize the What Can I Do with this major link at the end of this panel to further explore your options with the electrical engineering major. So let's get started. Dr. McCullough, could you please introduce yourself for us?
I'm Claire McCullough. I'm the founding chair of electrical and computer engineering at High Point University. We accepted our first students in fall of 2019. And we will expect our first graduates in 2023.
Great, thank you so much. And Al, could you introduce yourself for us?
Yes, I'm Al Ball. I'm the manager of electrical engineering in the City of High Point's Electric Utilities Department.
Great, thank you so much. We're very happy that both of you are here today. So we'll jump straight into our questions. And my first question is directed towards Dr. McCullough. Can you tell us why it is great to be an electrical engineering major?
Well, actually, what I was going to say actually plays very well with what you were talking about, with what you can do with an electrical engineering major, because the electrical engineering major is so broad and so flexible that it's actually one that I recommend for students who want to be engineers, but they're not sure what kind of engineer they want to be. Because electrical engineers work in every city, in almost every town, in every country in the world. You can have a degree in electrical engineering and be like on a construction site in a hard hat. You could be in a hospital lab sitting behind a computer doing something with sensors. When I was 1 year short of finishing my PhD in electrical engineering controls, Disney World was advertising for PhDs in controls to build animatronic dinosaurs. I'm still sorry that I missed out on that.
That's great. Yes, that is great that there are so many options and different things you can pursue with the major. So that is definitely a great reason to major in electrical engineering.
Well, and when people think about electrical, they think usually just about like circuits. They don't think about things like power, like controls, which is one of the things that you need for robots and for industry. They don't think about things like communications. All of that is part of an electrical engineering degree.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's great insight. And Al, my question for you is, why do employers like to hire electrical engineering majors?
Well, the City of High Point, as you may be aware, owns and operates its own electrical utility. There's about 50 different job descriptions in the city that are somehow electrically related, and probably encompasses about 150 employees in those positions. Our electric utility was actually founded in 1893, and we take care of over 700 miles of circuits and 14 substations and serve over 42,000 customers. Our department, we have about 60 employees, and this includes crews that do underground work overhead, our service departments, our metering departments, and all those persons have specialized electrical training. Myself and one other engineer in my immediate group both have Bachelor of Science degrees in electrical engineering, and there's also a couple others who have some type of electrical degree as well. I guess one of the Well, one of the things we're looking at is that the need for electrical engineers and technicians is going to continue to grow. I think the current estimates are about 3% in the next 10 years. And remember too, there's a large number of baby boomers that are going to be retiring in the next few years, and that's going to leave a big void too. Also, another thing is we're continually needing more generation. Our consumption is going up about 2% a year or something like that. And well, we all know everybody has probably at least two smartphones and multiple computers or other laptops, PDAs, whatever in their house. And so consumption will continue to rise. Also, some of that electrical generation will continue to come from solar, and then that's going to be a bigger and bigger industry moving forward, particularly in conjunction with batteries that allow people to store energy that they generate from their solar panels where they can't necessarily use it all at once. So those individuals with good communication, organizational, numerical, creative thinkers, the industry definitely needs those types of people moving forward.
Great, thank you so much. So that's great to hear the skills that employers are looking for, like you mentioned, and also exciting that this industry is constantly growing and changing and innovating. So lots of opportunities because of that. My next question is directed towards both of you. I'll have Dr. McCullough answer first. What are some great things that you can put on your resume as an electrical engineering major?
Well, everybody thinks that they're supposed to put just classes and so forth on there, but everybody takes classes. You want to put the things on your resume that set you apart from everyone else. For example, projects you've worked on. We have the HPU Minds project here, where we're planning to try to do some brain control of physical devices. We have things like there's a rocketry club that operates out of the physics department. As part of an electrical engineering degree, you will do a design capstone that lasts for your entire senior year. So it will be a major electrical design that you will do from start to finish. Things like that show the employers what you can do, not just what you've been exposed to, I think are really important. Also, for something like the power industry, it's important for engineers to be thinking about getting licenses as electrical engineers. I'm a licensed professional engineer. So if you have taken the first steps toward the licensing process, which would be the fundamentals of engineering exam that's generally taken in the senior year, that would show employers that you are thinking toward the future about licensure. So I think that would be important.
Absolutely, that's great. Those are some great points. Thank you so much. Al, do you have anything to add to that? What are some great things to put on your resume as an electrical engineering major? Sure.
First, I would say internship. Some type of electrically related internship is good. It gives gives a student a chance to take some of that knowledge that they've learned in classes, and maybe they've only been in school a year, maybe 2 years, but to take that knowledge and to use it in the real world and to understand the difference between theoretical and how it actually applies to the real world. I can't emphasize that enough. Really, is a good internship. Some of those are paid, some of them aren't, but whether it's paid or not, it's priceless as far as your future. Then all the soft skills and things that you were probably taught somewhat too, communication, teamwork, and when I say teamwork, I also, on the opposite side, I say that you also need to be able to work autonomously as well. Obviously problem solving, time management, all those types of things, and they're going to help you actually use your technical skills really, and your creative thinking skills. Engineers use some programming, and particularly depending on exactly what job you're in, you electrical engineers, in my estimation, kind of cross over with computer science and physics. And of course, there's math and all of it, so you can't escape math. You better like math. But electrical engineers might use languages like C or Python. For myself personally, Microsoft Office skills have been really good for me over the years. Excel, you need to be proficient with Excel. Really, you need to be proficient with Excel's macro programming language as well. It will help so much if you're in situations where you need to analyze data and not have to go out and buy a specific data analysis package. If you can write Excel macros, you can do an awful lot with them to help in that way. So I guess just to wrap up, that's communication. You obviously want to show some leadership skills and those types of things.
That's great. Thank you.
Could I add one thing?
Of course.
I did not mention undergraduate research. There are opportunities for undergraduate research at High Point University. There are also opportunities for undergraduate research, in the summers at other universities. One of our sophomores has been accepted for a National Science Foundation funded research for undergraduates program at another university. And that actually is a paid position. And that's going to look wonderful on her resume.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you both so much. I hear you mention highlighting your skills and your experiences. And those experiences can be internships, like Al mentioned, but they may also be other experiential learning opportunities like research or like major projects that you're working on, and just being able to highlight what experience you've gained from those. So thank you. So my last question is also directed towards both of you. I'll have Al start us off with this one. What is your best piece of advice for an electrical engineering student?
Well, okay, I think I touched on it a minute ago is internship. Go out there, get a job where you can use your knowledge that you've been amassing over your course period, over your the time that you've been at the whatever university. I'm sorry. Again, you got to like math, calculus, differential equations. If you're going in pretty much any engineering, but probably to me specifically electrical, you need to like those kinds of things. You probably need to take at least one course in power generation, at least, as we mentioned before, at least one course in computer programming, and then over your span as an engineer, you need to continue to take classes, or if whoever you work for, if there's special projects that come up that they don't know exactly what they need or where it's going to go or whatever, volunteer for those types of things, because it's a tremendous opportunity to learn. And then I guess just kind of lastly, I would say when you are working on design or building something, make it work first. You make it work first. You can always make it beautiful later, but make it work first. And then I'll just close on this. If something can happen, it will. So be prepared for it.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. McCullough.
Well, I would say don't settle for just what's in your classes. You look outside that and just really, let your creativity loose. Like the project I was talking about with using brain to control physical devices. I mean, just ideas like that. What could you do with that? You could control a drone, say, you could control a robot arm, and that would be great. But I'm also interested in the health industry. You could control a wheelchair for a quadriplegic who is not able to, physically control a device. So just think beyond the boundaries, all the different things you can do. There's so much potential with a degree in electrical engineering. And I guess you can tell that's what all of my degrees are in. So I think it's the best one. What can I say?
That's right. Yes. Well, thank you both so much. This has been very informative and I'm sure very helpful for our students here at HPU. So Dr. McCullough, Al Ball, thank you both so much for being here with us today for Majors of the Month. Students who are watching, I just want to encourage you to take a look at the What Can I Do with This Major link, which you'll see on your screen, where you can further explore opportunities with the electrical engineering major. And then we also encourage you to schedule an appointment with a career advisor in our office to continue exploring what may be a great fit for you in your future. So thank you so much for being here with us today for Majors of the Month. Have a great day.